Hello everybody, Matt here back again, and as you can probably tell by the sound of my voice, I am extremely congested and pretty much have a sinus infection, and you can hear my laundry in the background as well. But anyway, I wanted to do a video a little bit different today. Today I'm going to be talking about my Funko Pop collection. Funko Pops are these kind of funny little dudes. There's a great documentary about it on Netflix. I think it's called like The Science of Fun or something like that. Cool documentary, check it out. Goes through the whole history of Funko, not just the Pops themselves, and talks about why they're cool and things like that. So I was just going to do a video over my Funko Pop Rocks, which are the music ones. But I was like, you know what, I want to talk about all my Funko Pops. So we're going to start with the ones that are not rock and roll and then kind of work towards my rock and roll ones. So here we go. These are this is my Funko Pop collection. Check it out. So, starting off here with the very first Funko Pop I ever got, which was Santa Claus. This guy was at Target, and I just thought, oh, he looks really cool. And I had seen a couple Funko Pops before of like the DC heroes and things like that, but the Santa Claus one I really, really liked. So I went ahead and I got him, and then the next day I went back and I bought Rudolph, and then I bought Cornelius, and then I bought the Heat Miser, and then the Snow Miser. And then, what are all these guys if you don't have Bumbles? You gotta have your Bumbles. So these are all my Christmas ones that we bust out around Christmas time, hence why they're in their boxes, to protect them during the non-Christmas months. I do keep a lot of my Funkos boxes. I don't keep them in the box except for these guys and the one I'm going to show you after this. But when I first found these guys, my mom was just like completely enamored with them. She really thought they were cute and cool, and I thought, you know what, they are really cute and cool. And we put them up and took some pictures, put them online, and people were like, where did you get those? And so this was kind of like at the start of the Funko Pop thing, and I just really grew to love them. I love the design, and after this particular Christmas I said, you know what, I wonder if they got anybody else. And yeah, started collecting them after that. I know they've got some other holiday ones and things like that, but these ones here, they just, especially the Santa Claus, I like just how simple the design is, and that's something that they talk about in the documentary, is the simplicity equals the cuteness, you know, and my wife Holly really pointed this out. She was like, you know, it's stuff you remember as a kid. You know, it's different than Beanie Babies or any of these other fads, because this is stuff we attach stuff to. This is our childhood. It's not just a bear, it's not just a lobster, it's not just a this or that. This is stuff that we grew up with, and it's important to us, no matter how obscure it might be. And I thought nobody was going to recognize these two dudes, and sure enough, when I put that picture on Facebook, they were like, is that the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser? You know, people really do love this stuff, so very cool. So this was my first set of Funkos, was the Christmas collection. So let's take a look at my next set. And of course, right after I said I don't keep my Funkos in boxes, I have this one, my Violet Beauregard here. I'm a big fan of Violet. And this one is in the box because this one is a 2016 summer exclusive, and my wife Holly got it for me for Christmas, and she scoured the internet, found one, and was able to get it for me. And yeah, this is one thing I really do love about Funko, is the amount of detail that they go into. Sorry, I'm doing this upside down. On these characters. I mean, the buttons, the hair, everything about her is just so cool. And I love the packaging too, and yeah, even the back, it's almost like a cereal box. It's very, very cool. And if you watch the documentary, cereal icons and cereal iconography is a big part of what they do. But yeah, she stays in the box. She's quite collectible, so she stays there. Let's take a look at some other Pops. So here we have Dustin from Stranger Things in his Ghostbusters outfit. You know what I really love about Funko is that people are always like, oh, I wish they would do this, or I wish they do that. You know, just wait, because they're probably going to do it at some point. Funko has done this really amazing thing where they have just gotten so many licenses and the, you know, carte blanche to really create anybody that they want. And this is really kind of a cool example of that. So yeah, very cool. Dustin there from Stranger Things. I could not believe it when they said they were going to do Mystery Science Theater guys, Crow and Tom Servo here, and really, really cool that they were able to do this. And I was always like, well, how are they going to make these guys into Funko Pops? And they found a way. They found a way to make them super cute, but still have that snarkiness about them. I don't think they made one for Mike or Joel or the Mads, which is kind of weird. I would love to have ones of those guys, have the whole Satellite of Love crew making fun of movies in my basement. So yeah, that's Crow and Tom Servo there. Very cool. Proof that Funko can make anything cute. We have Reagan here from The Exorcist in her obviously possessed form here. She's even got the little bed, she's even got the little bands around her arm when they tied her to the bed. This one here is so cool, but something I've noticed is that a lot of Funkos, their heads are like hollow, but this one, the head is like heavy. It's clear that it's a solid head, but yeah, it doesn't spin around. I wish it did, but yeah, I mean, the amount of detail on the face there, so you can go ahead and go see it, the eyes, things like that, and even though it's a little girl possessed by the devil, it's still really, really super cute. I really, really dig this Funko Pop. It's just incredibly cool to look at. Very rock and roll, very metal. But let's take a look at some stuff that actually is rock and roll and metal in my collection. Perfectly blending the transition here from the movie stuff to the rock and roll stuff, we've got the Doof Warrior from Mad Max Fury Road. This was one guy, again, when I heard they were doing it, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get this dude. And he's my favorite part of the movie. If you haven't seen it, this guitar shoots out flame as he rides eternal, shiny and chrome at the head of the commanding army. And yeah, I love that they did the kind of skull face underneath. They got everything right down to his high-top sneakers, which are very cool. I'm trying to turn it. Why did I do this like this? Yeah, there you go. You gotta see it there. But yeah, very, very cool. They got so much detail in this dude. His guitar even. I mean, look at that. That is so cool. This was a good one to choose for this because now we're going to start talking about my rock and roll ones. They started just a couple years ago. Well, I guess not a couple years ago. They started doing Funko Pop Rocks, which are the ones based around musicians. And I would consider the Doof musician in my book, but let's take a look at some actual musicians. So this is my Elton John Funko Pop right there. You can put him up towards the camera there. And what's really cool is that this one is based off his Greatest Hits Volume 1 album cover. So if you take a look at, I'm going to put it over Meow, you can kind of tell that, oh yeah, that is him as on his album cover. They also have one of him in his 4th of July outfit, his America outfit, which is also very cool. The fact that they made one of Elton John to begin with, I think is really neat. But yeah, this was the first like rock and roll one I really saw, and I was like, wow, they're gonna come up with some really, really cool dudes. And of course, speaking of really, really cool dudes, they of course had to make one of Lemmy Kilmister here. Ooh, Lemmy from Motorhead, very, very cool. This was one, I got this at a convention. I was just like, if I see Lemmy, I'm getting Lemmy. And they had Lemmy, so I bought Lemmy. Again, just everything about it is so cool. They even got the warts on his face, you know. I don't know if this was made before or after Lemmy passed away, but I'm sure if he would have seen this, he would have been all about it. He really would have loved this. And finally, the master of disaster, the Lord High Minister of all that is sinister, Alice Cooper. I love that now I have 2 Funko Pops that are leaning on canes. I think that's very, very cool that the rock and roll ones do that. But yeah, this is my latest one of Alice Cooper. And this was one, again, my wife Holly really did point this out very well, is that, you know, we buy pops that represent our childhood to us, you know. And when I was a kid, whenever I would draw Alice Cooper or think about Alice Cooper, I always thought about him in his top hat with a cane, with the makeup, you know, just that was how I pictured him, and that's how I want him immortalized in my pops. So there you go. Well, that's all my pops in my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Different video, I know, but yeah. And as you can tell, I'm not feeling that great, but I'll try to post some more videos here in the next couple days, and yeah, we'll see what goes from there. So I will see you guys next time.